We came in for Safari Club International. We had a little storm. We were gonna stay over a little longer, and we rented a car and we head north to Eureka. And it's a 3.5-hour drive, and it gives you some time to get excited, and you start coming out of the desert into the snow and thinking about, am I gonna be able to tree a lion? I've seen one other time. I saw it mule deer hunting in Nevada. We watched this big cat take down a mule deer buck, kill it, eat it. And so that's the only time I've seen one. I've hunted in these mountains and all over North America where lions live, but I've never seen them, and I guarantee they've seen me. I'm coming in to see an old friend, Chad Bliss, and his family. We've been friends a long time. We've done a lot together, hunted with each other's family, and really got close over the years. Anthony Miller, Classic Diamond Outfitters, really great guy, and this guy works as hard as anybody I've ever hunted with to get you an opportunity. He's got great dogs. And the way you hunt lions, you just get up early in the morning, start cutting tracks. Anthony's been out most of the night trying to find a fresh track. We find a fresh track in the snow, let the hounds out and see what happens. And sometimes they tree them, sometimes they don't.
Well, it's totally different from from like a deer or elk or anything like that, because they're so stealthy. You'll hardly ever see them when you're out there, and so you got to have dogs, or you won't have, your success ratio is going to be basically zero if you don't have dogs. So we go out in the mornings, either four-wheelers, snowmobiles, run the roads looking for tracks, and when you find a track, we'll go back, get the dogs, go out, dump them out, and so everything's got tracking collars on it, and you get out there and you just try and stay in as close as you can to the dogs, following them. And sometimes you catch them close to the road, sometimes they're a long ways from the road. You never know, but they're just super stealthy, and the more you hunt them, the more respect you have for them. There's times when you're chasing them, they'll start doing switchbacks, they'll start running circles, trying to fool the dogs. Keeps it exciting. No two hunts are the same. Every hunt's different.
The thing about Nevada is it's the exploration. There's a lot of history here. There was gold mines and silver mines and coke ovens, and sometimes you just turn into a kid and start exploring stuff and forget you're on a hunt.
Patience get me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't walk up here.
Yet.
This coffee shop's right up here, isn't it?
That's it, right there.
Coke machine.
Yeah. 24 hours, yeah.
That's awesome.
They can build some stuff in the day.
Oh gosh, man.
Blue Collar Adventures is brought to you by Taco Casa, real fresh, real food, real good. Vortex Optics, the force of optics. Newmont Mining Corporation, demonstrating leadership in safety and stewardship of the environment. Spot Hog, the world's toughest archery products.
People don't realize the time you spend on getting a good pack of dogs. It takes hours and hours during the summer running them, roading them, getting them in good shape so that they'd hold up, because it's rugged country where we're running in. The dogs, you know, you can't, there's no way to really explain how much time you dump into a good pack of dogs. There's a lot of time invested in it.
You know, these hound dogs are vicious. They're mean. 2 of them got Crystal down and almost licked her face off.
What are you doing?
15 days and we're freaking 8 miles to camp.
These are my friends. They're ah!
It's a misconception about these hounds, as they're not a mean, ferocious dog. They have it in their genetics to go chase and treat cats and predators. And the people, they're a great dog. And you can see that Anthony puts a lot of love in these dogs, and they really respect him. And his priority every day is make sure all these hounds are fed and all of them are taken care of. I mean, he's even got hounds on therapy treatments to make them feel better, and medicines and all that stuff, just so these dogs have a great life and they're getting to do what they love.
This is my training regiment. Organic cheese from a can. All color.
What's crazy about up here in these mountains is there's a lot of old abandoned mine shafts. And Chad and Anthony talk about sometimes these cats, they'll drop down in one and sometimes they'll go after them. When the mine shaft's safe, not posted, you can go in there and go after them, but not me. If I get one down there, I'll probably send Crystal in to get some footage, and we'll talk about it when she gets out.
That sucker was in that hole, wasn't he?
No way.
Wait, you're hung out of people.
That's a scary sound. Oh, wow.
So if one ran in there, we'd go in there after him?
Uh-huh.
Oh, man.
Because the dogs would all be in there, so you have to.
And I'll have a live feed on your GoPro on your head, and I'll be out here waiting.
Yeah.
I like the idea of one in the tree, I think. But I think camera girl will go down there with the light and get me some good footage.
Yeah.
I think she could get some good stuff in there, don't you, Chad?
I do.
Yeah. You're hunting rabbits.
A little bit. As far as you think it's safe.
Can you let me go in front and then shine so I can see back in there? Okay. Now shine down in there. So,
Make sure there's nothing right beside you to the left.
Snakes.
holy shit, that's really good. That's really good.
Blue Collar Adventures, proudly sponsored by Pinnacle Hunting Supplies, the best in long-range shooting. Raven and Arrow Tracking, we begin where the blood trail ends. Bill's Outdoor Supply. Tooth of the Arrow Broadheads.
Been, 2 years ago, right, that Jay and Crystal got in touch with them with Chad. I was good friends of Chad's. And he told me about them, wondered if I'd be interested in taking them lion hunting. I said, you bet, why don't we do it? So they came up. We had a decent storm, but then it warmed up right after that storm and just melting off fast. We were on cats every day running them, but it's tough. Whenever the snow is melting so fast, it's warm, you have to be on them early. The scent leaves fast, and when that snow melts, the scent goes with it, it's gone.
I think that these cats are hard to catch. They're smart. We got close several times.
You never know. You can literally catch them beside the road. I've seen it where you can pull up beside them, or it might be over a mile back in some rugged, nasty, tall, rocky country. So emotionally, you got to be in shape to handle it. There's going to be a lot of highs and lows when you're chasing lions. You can be on a track, they make a lose, the dogs lose it or something, and you think, oh no, we've lost it. But next thing you know, here they pick it up and away they go again.
We're waiting for the perfect storm. That's kind of your best option. If you can jump on a plane and get there when a snowstorm's coming and meet it when it gets there, that's kind of what we were planning on. And Anthony is calling me and he's saying, man, there's a big storm coming. Get your stuff, let's get out here. And I threw my Matthews tracks in, we jumped on a plane and we're headed to Nevada. There's a big storm gonna be here tonight, and we're gonna try and drive in the morning and see what happens.
Well, Nevada is one of the greatest states you can have to hunt lions. It's you know, our season runs year round. We're on a quota system, but the quota never fills up, and so we get to hunt them actually year round. But your best time is going to be from the middle of December up until the 1st of March. A lot of country, a lot of public ground here. You don't have to, it's not like you're stuck to one little piece.
Growing up in Nevada, it was just, you always heard about the lion hunters, and you know, I remember being a little kid and they bring a lion in, we get to see it. I even remember eating one when I was real young. You know, a lion is just something that not everybody sees unless you're with a lion hunter and has hounds. You know, all this country you cover, they're there, they're just so elusive. And so I think more than anything, I was looking forward to getting to see one and seeing one in person like I've seen the photos and the videos of the guys that have seen them. Lion hunt for me was partially just gonna get to see one up close. You know, a couple years ago, we were mule deer hunting in Nevada, archery season. We spot a big buck 1,000 yards away and we see a cat coming in. We watched this whole thing go down. Unfortunately, didn't have a foam scope, but we watched this cat come in, kill this big buck, and I couldn't stand it. The next day, Crystal and I hiked in, kind of investigate the scene.
Talked to the game warden. We said we're gonna come recover this buck. Anyway, he's right down there. We've been hiking, we found him, and it was brutal. There he is.
And it just shows you how devastating these cats can be. But that's what it does. It's the ultimate predator in northern Nevada.
Physically, you need to be in good shape too. I mean, sure, you got time to get to the tree. You know, the dogs will hold it for hours in that tree if they need to for you to get there. But the snow can be deep, can be hard hiking. So it's very important to be in shape physically and emotionally when you go on a lion hunt.
We've got only so much time, so we've got to all get out there and look for tracks. And he gets up at like 2 in the morning, we get up at 4. He's coming to get us, we're ready to go, and they said they've cut a track. Let's go see what we can find out. We know they go over the top, and they go to the highest point I was looking at, and all of a sudden, they're treed. A lot of emotion when you start this hike, you know. We've got to climb about a mile straight up, 2 foot of snow, go around this draw, and you start to hear the echo of the dogs treed. And you know there's a lion up on top of this mountain. Step around the juniper tree and we see the lion. It's up in the tree, we're above it, it's level with us, and he turns with those eyes and just death stares you. And man, you just can't describe what that's like to have a lion looking at you and you see your first lion. Exciting, scary, just an admiration of such a beautiful animal.
Jay here had a little more respect for the animals than what some people do. Some people, it's just all about harvesting an animal. But one thing you'll notice with Jay and Crystal is that they very much respect the animals. they just love to be out there and see it and experience it. It's something about it when you see a lion like that in a tree that it goes through you. I don't know how to explain it. It's very rewarding, and it really does. They're a magnificent animal to see.
Blue Collar Adventures is brought to you by Huskama Optics, Stealth Cameras, Fleer Hunting and Outdoors, Kuyu Ultralight Hunting, Traeger Wood Pellet Grills, Cinnamon Creek Ranch Ultimate Archery.
And to bring your friends in, people like Jay and Crystal here, when they come in, it's very rewarding to me to be able to do that.
And just that danger and the excitement, and I would say a little remorse too. You've got such a beautiful animal, and you've got him caught. It's a total different hunt. And I'm not saying remorse is that we're doing anything wrong, but as a hunter, I admire that animal. That's the best hunter on the mountain. And we just caught up with him. You know, I'm the hunter for the day. And so I think it's more of a reverence and respect that you have, and it's hard to describe. Look at those claws. You kill it in a heartbeat.
Sharp, huh?
Thank you, cat. Thank you, pretty cat. That's a beautiful cat. Kind of emotional. She's such a cool predator, but it's part of the conservation process. Glad it was swift. Pretty swift and pretty painless. My first cat. Northern Nevada. It's been a long time coming. Pretty neat to be in my home state. Kind of makes me tear up a little bit just to be here and get to shoot a mountain lion. My home place. You never know when this is it. So I have one more on my list that I got to do, got to accomplish, thanks to these guys up here working their tails off to get us on this cat, and walking up here and get it. What an amazing animal. Just a beautiful animal, and just so grateful. That cat had a purpose and is very appreciated. Probably 10 more deer live this winter.
Yeah, at least.
You know, and that'll help other cats have more food. What an amazing end to an amazing hunt here in Northern Nevada. Been shooting these tooth of the arrow, and it hadn't failed me yet. That's what we want, is a good clean harvest. And when I hit that big gold toe on that, I knew that it was all over, and it was great. That's what we want. It's just a good clean harvest, and it worked out. And these broadheads are just, they hadn't failed me yet, from an eland in Africa to a mountain lion in Nevada. Thank you, cat.
He is pretty.
Yeah.
He's like, man, do you ever have remorse? I was like, every time.
Yeah.
Every animal.
Yeah.
And when I was looking, you know, I was preparing myself, and I started looking at mountain lions, and you look at them,
Yeah.
you're like, God, they're beautiful.
They are.
But then you turn it over and you watch a video of them just wiping deer populations out, and you're like, we have to balance that. That's our job as conservationists.
Well,
you know?
and like this area we're in right here, the deer have really plummeted in the last few years, well, last 10 years.
Yeah.
And so anything we can do to help them come back, because these predators, you get too many predators and they can't recover. The deer can't recover from it.
Sure. And then they're next.
Yep, exactly.
You got to have that balance. If not, everything dies.
Yep, exactly.
And then you got jackrabbits.
Yep.
If you're lucky.
And then they die off,
Yeah.
and then there's nothing left.
But what a cool state. Nevada's awesome.
awesome.
I was born and raised here in Nevada, and to come back here, man, meant more to me than you can imagine.
That's good.
Man, my heart's just melted in there. I'm almost like teared up to be able to shoot a cat in Nevada and get one. And I think I'm really crying because of the hike.
Yeah.
But Nevada Department of Wildlife, they do a lot of studies on these animals. And so the first thing we've got to do is we got to take this cat, check it in, have the biologist go over it. And to me, that was an education. It made me feel good that we're collecting data. We're trying to help this population thrive. You know, anti-hunters get on us all the time. Oh, you're just killing. No, we're not. We're not only putting money into conservation, we're taking what we harvest to study more about how to make these populations thrive. You know, so this cat's going to teach us more to keep these cats here forever.
Located here in central Nevada, Classic Diamond Guide Service. We've got a lot of great country. It's a lot of public ground everywhere around us, a lot of deer, elk, a lot of coyotes, a lot of predators to hunt like that. But we've got multiple airports you can fly into. You got Elko, Nevada you can fly into. You can fly into Vegas, Reno, Salt Lake. We're kind of centrally located in between those airports. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a drive coming in from Salt Lake or Vegas, any of those, but it's well worth the drive. It's beautiful country here, just lots of great scenery, a lot of high desert country. It's an awesome place. We promise we'll make it an adventure for you when you're here.